Hi, this is Sherman Kranzer, Senior Partner Development Manager for Microsoft. And in studio today, we've got John Fry from Connectwise. So John, we had talked in a previous segment of one of our episodes about the hub, which most people start out with, right? And that's kind of like the brains, right, of Connectwise. But there's some other modules that you can attach to them. And I wanted to just kind of highlight one that I thought was actually quite important because it might really help the partners who are currently using Connectwise, or even partners that are considering using Connectwise, really kind of understand how another module may really be able to help them. And that that other module is really called Connectwise Sell. So with that being said, John, can you help us understand really what it is, and maybe why, or the why to it?
Absolutely. So Connectwise Sell is a quoting and proposal automation platform. When you think about your quoting process today, it might live in several different systems. It might be a combination of Word, Excel. Maybe you're putting out a quote that comes out of your financial package, right? There's no true standardization. So one of the main benefits of Sell is really getting your team on board with a consistent process. Anything from simple line item quotes, maybe to deeper statements of work and everything in between, right? It also allows you to inject great data back into your system of record. So let's use Connectwise Manage as an example. There's a conduit between Connectwise Sell and the Connectwise Manage opportunity system. So any products that you have quoted, any services you have quoted, automatically flow into there. So now you have a true depiction in terms of sales pipeline. This is all important from a sales forecasting perspective, but holistically across your business, it's important because now all these things that happen in the sales process now move on to their next logical step in the post-sale process. So there's a benefit not only from sales, but everyone involved in the customer journey.
Well, that's a great explanation with that, and that does help the majority of partners out there, right? But there's also a subset of our partners that really work closely with government, right? Federal government, and I think there's a neat value proposition here to talk about that a little bit. So, how does it help with automating federal contracts?
So federal resellers, federal VARs, they quite often are dealing with federal contracts like SOUP or GSA, right? So the typical process internally they need to go through to manage all the different changes, all the different pricing associated with those contracts is a lot of manual intervention. Without getting into too many details, part of Connectwise Sell is a pretty robust catalog system, and we've developed hooks from our catalog system back into those federal contracts. So just think about APIs talking and automation automatically pushing all that data that maybe a team that you have does on a daily basis is now completely automated by the software. So the benefits that they get out of that in terms of time savings alone becomes quite tremendous.
Wow, well thank you. That is, I mean, I can understand the benefit from that one. Oh my gosh. Well gosh, working in government, my dad worked for 50 years, in government, and my gosh, that's just a whole nother animal. So let me ask you this, what are the common distributors that Sell integrates with?
Yeah, so we love our distributors. Some of the more common ones would be Ingram Micro, Tech Data, Synnex, Arrow. There's quite a few. And amongst the different distributors, you'll find that we have live XML price feeds that come right into our system. So it knows who you are when you log in, it knows your pricing from that given distributor, and instead of logging into each individual disti portal, you now have all that information aggregated in one place. So again, just huge time savings with that simple process that Sell does. Now, in the chance that we don't have a live integration to a distributor, again, kind of going back to catalog, we put a price file in that catalog system and that updates your pricing too. So no matter where your data lives that you get from your distributor, there's always a smooth way to get it into Sell and again, automate your quoting process.
So we're removing the silos of chaos.
Silos of chaos, yes.
I love that. That's awesome. So how does Sell benefit, more than really just sales?
Absolutely. So we kind of touched upon that a little bit earlier. Injecting that good data back into an opportunity system really allows a smooth handoff from sales to service. So everyone's on the same page, they know what's been quoted, and they know what needs to be ordered, procured. No more double, triple enter data into multiple systems. All this information that is necessary to ensure smooth customer onboarding started in the sales process. And if there's one thing we know about salespeople, is that they don't like to do any sort of hygiene within any given CRM. I think we'll agree on that, Sherman.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah.
But one thing we know we can get them to do, they have to produce quotes or proposals to close deals to get paid. So based on the natural interaction between sell and manage, that sort of great information automatically happens, and again, it just benefits everybody in the company down to the customer level as well.
Oh, fantastic. So, we talk about Power BI, right, and insights, right? So how does it integrate, really? Or what are the, integration with Power BI?
So we've actually built an out-of-the-box integration using Power BI directly to sell. So think about all the different products and services that you quote, and all this information automatically being aggregated into Power BI. So maybe when my friendly Microsoft rep comes to me and says, hey, I wanted to have a better understanding of the sort of pipeline you have for this given quarter, this year, whatever that time frame is, instead of maybe scrambling to get all that data, you just pull up Power BI and you're like, hey Sherman, check this out. This is what we're going to close. This is what's in the pipeline. And now Sherman's happy, and it just resonates through the entire channel. So it just makes visibility into what you've done so much easier from a sales perspective.
Wow, that's amazing. And my last question for you, and this is, I think a lot of partners are probably wondering this, is, can they store the government SKU list and sell?
They absolutely can. So, I mean, that goes back again to the catalog system and just how robust and how deep that system can be. Even we're talking about ridiculous amounts of SKUs, descriptions, all that kind of good stuff. And what also happens is you're not just dumping that information back into Connectwise Manage. The information that comes over, in essence, becomes the information that you've actually sold, all those SKUs you've sold. So you're not cluttering your product database in Connectwise Manage too. Let Connectwise Sell do that heavy lifting.
Wow. Hey, thanks so much for coming in today.
Absolutely.
Really do appreciate it. And I think this has been a fantastic explanation of Connectwise Sell. So for those who are interested in learning more, you can always contact John. He's gonna, we'll go ahead and post his information up here at the bottom of the screen in just a few minutes, but you can always contact John directly. With that being said, thank you very much for your time, and we'll have a great day. Bye-bye.